Well, welcome. I'm Perry Wiliams, and we're here with Coach Chad Ballenger, the head basketball coach for the Hamilton Heights Huskies. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for doing this. I know it's a busy time of year for you. Kind of talk a little bit about this year's Huskies, because you lost 8 seniors, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Lost 8 seniors, and let's talk about some of the players you got coming back.
Yeah, we've got a good crew coming back. I'm really excited about this year. We're going to start off with 2 seniors, A.J. Field and Cray Leininger, 2 guys that have really put some time in this summer, but really proud of the leadership that they've given us. Cray's kind of he's a really good football player, and he brings that to basketball. Just a hard worker and a good body. He's a rebounder and doesn't worry about scoring so much. He's going to be a very good role player, but I'm really pleased with the leadership qualities he brings. AJ brings that scoring ability to us. We're going to look to him a lot to score the basketball. He's also showed a lot of leadership and very committed. Wants to play at the next level. He's got Division III schools looking at him, and he's going to be able to play at the next level, and we're looking for a really good year out of those 2. Cameron Knott, one of our returning scorers, is back. He's going to be with us, banged up a little bit from football. Set our school record last year with 9 threes in the last game of the regular season. What he does is he changes the way people guard us. He can change the game very quickly, so we're going to really count on him early on. Hudson Hostetler is a returning junior, our point guard. Last year as a sophomore. Excellent job running the show. Hard to guard. One of our better defenders. Size isn't his quality, but what is heart and attitude and work ethic. And I love everything that he brings to the table, and we're going to expect a lot out of him. Isaac Hickok is a new one to us. He's a junior. Can flat out shoot the ball in our scrimmage. He hit 3 threes, and that's what he is. He's a shooter. We need him to play a little bit better defense for us, but he's coming along and doing a great job, and I'm looking for some big things out of him. Brent Pennington's another junior that's come along, a very good leader, another football player that joins the basketball team. He's got great leadership skills, works hard. He's going to be a pretty solid defender, and he's going to be a nice player for us this year. Corey Von Felt comes to the varsity this year as a junior, a guard, point guard and off guard. Very scrappy. I love what he brings to the table. Brings a little bit of attitude on the court, gets loose balls, gets after it, and those are the little things that we need out of him. He can shoot the 3, does a really good job shooting the 3 when he's open, but does all the little things, takes charges, gets in, mixes it up inside, and we're going to need that out of him. Rich Espinoza is a new one to us. He's a junior. He's going to go back and forth from JV and varsity. Still trying to learn our system, but a good kid that works hard. And he's working for playing time, but he made that top 10 for us, and he did a really good job in the fall. Johnny Cambron is a junior up from the JV from last year. A big body, one of the bigger kids on our team. He's going to do a good job. We're trying to get him to play at the varsity level speed, but he does a very good job inside. He's actually got a very good 3-point shot, and we're going to use that. We're excited to see Johnny and what he can do for us. And then we've got Gus Etchison back, our leading scorer from last year. Him and Cameron both average about 12.6 points a game. Gus has got probably the best dribble moves to the basket of anybody I've ever coached. He's got some really high expectations. We're trying to get him to play a little bit better defense, but man, he's got a lot of skills, and he's going to be a really special player when his time is up. But those are the 10 guys this year that are going to be Huskies, and we're excited about what we've got. We had a very good summer with that group right there, and we've got some high expectations going into the year.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about that schedule, because the one thing you never back off on your schedule, because the schedule during the season prepares you for sectional time. And in the Indiana basketball, that's what it's all about. It's the state tournament. Regular season just sort of prepares you the way to get there. So let's talk a little bit about that schedule and a little bit about how you go about setting up that schedule, because there are games that you try to play tournaments and back-to-backs Friday, Saturday, just to prepare for tournament time?
Yeah, we do. We try to play the best that we can put together. Dates have to line up, but we're not afraid of anybody. You know, a few years ago we picked up Lawrence North and North Central, and for us it was about the tournament. There were a couple years where we won 18, 17 games and then got to the tournament and played Muncie Centrals and the Muncie Souths, and just didn't compare our schedule to theirs. So that's when I started adding as many bigger schools as I could and kind of balance ours out and really compete for us. I was just looking, just the other day, and our records haven't been as good the last few years. We've had injuries, but a part of that too is who we're playing. But it's prepared us. It's prepared us in the tournament. We look at who we've been knocked out. Marion knocks us out and they win the state tournament. Tipton knocked us out one year and they're a Final 8 team. Twin Lakes is on our schedule and we're the state runner-up. The list just kind of goes on and on as I tell our guys, when's it our turn? We can do that. It's a matter of putting a good run together. That schedule helps you come tournament time. We set a lot of Friday, Saturdays up. So you play those back-to-back nights. A lot of coaches don't try to do that, but I think it becomes a mental toughness thing, and we do that all year. So playing a Friday, turn around and play on Saturday, we call it, championship weekend. Friday night's a semifinal, and Saturday's your championship game. So we treat every Friday, Saturday double as like our sectional weekend, and I think that's been big for us. We also play a holiday tourney, and we do it one day, 2 games in one day, and we treat that like a regional. So when that time comes, when we get to a regional, we've had that same setup where we play the morning game and then come back and play that championship game. So I think we're going to be prepared. We're in the Franklin County holiday tourney this year where we play 2 games on Saturday. That'll help us for a regional format. We're going to Hoosier Gym. We're going to play Western Boone at Hoosier Gym this year. Our kids are very excited. And then we've got our normal schedule with Westfield, Noblesville, and Mount Vernon's and the big schools, Newcastle, and that it's going to help prepare us.
Coach, talk a little bit about this holiday tournament. Last year, my wife and I went to the tournament. That was in Roncalli?
Yes.
It was last year. Is it the same teams in it at Franklin, or is this a different tournament?
Different tourney. So Franklin County was in with us last year at Roncalli, and they wanted to have one, so we said we'd come down there. So we've got East Central, which is a 4A team, and that's who we're playing first. So we get to play the noon game against East Central. And then Franklin County is playing Irvington Prep. So we've got a wide range of schools. Franklin County's a 3A, Irvington Prep's a 1A, but they just gave Indianapolis Howell all they wanted last night. So it's an IPS school that has athleticism, and so we're going to see different brands of basketball. East Central's kind of a grinded out, control, play slow. So it'll be a test for us, but it'll be good for us.
Coach, you open up tomorrow night, right, against Lebanon, at Lebanon.
At Lebanon, yeah. Yeah, it'd be a good test for us. I've been here 12 years. We've always opened up with them. Bill Bowen, before me, Coach Bowen, had set it up, and they'd played Lebanon for numerous years on opening night. It's always a good test. They've gotten us the last couple of years. Coach Hendricks does a great job. They lost quite a bit from last year, so it's kind of going to be a new faces to see what they offer. But Coach always plays hard man-to-man, and they've got some really good sets, and it'll be a challenge for us. The key for us is just seeing how we play. We're really small. So the key for us is going to be, can we rebound and get the stops when we need to. I know we're going to be able to score. I really feel like we're going to see a lot of zone because teams are going to have a hard time guarding us man-to-man, so we're going to have to be ready for some zone. But it's going to be a great opportunity. It's a good way to kick off Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, and also now Saturday you have a game you play here at home against Mount Vernon, which Hamilton County TV, Jack Russell and I'll be here on the broadcast. So we're excited about doing that. Let's talk a little bit about Mount Vernon, because Mount Vernon is always a very good basketball team. And I can remember back in my day, which is many, many years ago, of going over there in that Mount Vernon gym, and that was a tough place to play. It's
a tough place. It's a tough opponent. It's a 4A school. I had the opportunity when I was at Knightstown before I came here. We played Mount Vernon, so I've been associated with them for a while. And they went through a couple of coaching changes. They got a new coach now, Ben Rhodes, who actually is a former Hagerstown Tigers, so we're both Hagerstown Tiger grads going against each other here on Saturday, which will be kind of neat. He's a lot younger than me, but 2 Tigers, and we tease each other about that. But you know, they bring a lot back. They were sectional champions last year. I think they bring 4 out of 5 starters back. They're long, they're athletic, they like to press a lot, but it's kind of new. I'm going to actually go watch them tonight. They play Whiteland at home. I'm going to go scout that game and see what kind of philosophy that he's changing and how they're going to play. It's going to be interesting. But, you know, when we play, it's always been a great game. A few years ago, they'd won 16 straight games and came to our place in the sectional, and we knocked them off on that Friday night. We still remember that. That was a state-ranked team that we were able to knock off. And one of my first year here, we had a 1-point lead, and I'll never forget, they called a foul on Austin Weatherford with 1 second left, and their player went and hit 2 free throws and beat us by 1 with no time left. So we've had some classic battles. We've won our few share, and they've won a few. So looking forward to it. During the early season, you never know what to expect, how guys are going to react, but it's an opportunity, like you said, for us to get better come March.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate you doing this today, because I know with the game tomorrow, and then you'll have practice later on this evening, right?
Yeah.
So wish you the best of luck this season, and I'm sure you and I'll catch up during the season and talk again about the games. And I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I know we have 4 or 5 Husky boys games this year, so we're looking forward to it, and always enjoy coming up here to Hamilton Heights.
Well, we appreciate you having us. It's a great opportunity. We got great kids up here working hard, and we appreciate all the support you give us, and we're looking forward to Wednesday and Saturday of this week.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks for having me.